Hello, Magicals, and welcome to the first Life Purpose reading. In the description, I did ask that you just watch this intro really quickly, just so I can explain how it works. So you will have chosen one of the three piles, the rose quartz, the amethyst, or the yellow calcite. And obviously this will be time-stamped. Okay, how these work. These will not apply to everybody, okay? I have no control what comes out. I simply do the shuffle and I'll put them in the pile and we're going to go through them now. So whatever comes up, okay? Please take what resonates with you. There will be more of these coming up in the months to come. So if you find out that there's nothing here that really pulls you, then just either check another bundle or check more readings coming up. Wait for the other ones to come up. So make sure that you've subscribed and you've got the notification bell going, because then you'll be notified immediately when these readings go out. Okay. Please just take what resonates with you. These are very, very general readings. Okay. They're obviously not personal readings. Okay, right, perfect. So we're going to start with pile number one, the rose quartz. Okay, and let's see what card has come up. Oracle cards. Okay, so this is for everybody who is either contemplating starting a YouTube channel with readings or going into doing readings, okay? And this card says here, you are able to discern answers and guidance for yourself and others, okay? So this doesn't necessarily mean that you are doing this as a career. Maybe this is something you want to do as a hobby. Okay, but this is very much about you actually stepping into it now, all right, and taking control of it and actually doing it, all right. Sorry, I'm going to just pause for 1 second. Give me 1 second, please. Sorry, apologies, I'm back. I hadn't, the side of my workspace was a little bit cramped. Okay, so, all right, so oracle cards. This is obviously tarot cards as well. Any card readings that you're wanting to do. And I do understand the fear in this kind of stuff moving forward. So how this is going to work. The next question I'm asking is, what are our blocks? Or what is this person's blocks with this kind of work? Okay, so let's see. All right, for this, I'm using the red or white tarot. Okay, and your first card out is Page of Swords. Okay, so Page of Swords, Page is always studious. This is about taking your studies a bit further, maybe doing some investigations about what kind of readings you want to do online or for people, doing a bit of research if you're still learning the tarot or something like that, because obviously oracle cards and tarot cards are very, very different to read. So this is about taking your studies a little bit further with this, just making sure that you boost your confidence with knowledge is what I'm hearing. Okay, so boosting your confidence with knowledge. Okay, sorry. I really just, for the record, I am trying to find a way for you to see the cards, but my house is really not designed for this stuff. My entire one side of my house is just light, and the other side, I don't have access to the walls. So we're doing well here. Okay, so, okay, I've just seen the next card, the Nine of Swords, which means you're keeping yourself stuck in mental fears and patterning. Okay, sleepless nights. All right, here's the thing. This card upright also can be a state of resistance. All right, you can be resisting doing this through fear. Right. Spirit is saying, let that fear go. At the end of the day, you wouldn't have been drawn to do this if it wasn't something you were meant to do. Now, I know that there are millions of readers out there, but you know what? We all bring a different kind of magic to it. Okay. And yes, it takes time for you to grow and it takes time for you to build, but that doesn't mean you don't need to put your message out there, because somebody somewhere needs your message. All right. So release these fears, because that is one of your major blocks. Okay. Your next card coming up, Death, Major Arcana. It's coming in. Death is 13, which is 4, which is foundations, but it's the end of cycles. It's letting something end in order to move forward. Sorry, lately while I'm doing readings, my nose has been so itchy. It's coming to that end, letting go of these fearful thoughts, like the really like overthinking processes that you're going through. Let go of that. Let it go, let it die out. Because when there's an ending of a cycle, there is a new beginning that has to come about. And you wouldn't be, like, again, Spirit is Kelso, my God, is saying you wouldn't be drawn to this if it wasn't something you were meant to do. Okay, so start releasing all of this. It's not a healthy space to be in at all. Okay, so what have we got here? 3 of Pentacles. Okay, now 3 of Pentacles is traditionally about building something through your creativity. So normally it would be working with the earth's gifts, like the earth's materials, and building something from it, if you have a look here, right, he's working on what looks like this arch, okay? There is workmanship and craftsmanship involved in this. Okay, this is about you working with spirit, the gift that spirit has given you. All right, so you may not be using a raw material as such, like you may not be using stone or whatever, but your cards become your raw material. All right, your cards become the material that you are going to work with to actually build on what you're wanting to do. But this does require that you work with your gift. Okay, now that is a tough one because that requires faith. That requires real, and not just faith in yourself, but faith in your team as well. So you're going to have to start getting used to working with your team. You'll often hear me refer to my guide Kelso, and I just talk to him like he's normal. I have moments where I say things that I maybe shouldn't say to him, but we've got a very good. He's family. He's family to me. So I treat him like I would any other member of family. And when you get to that stage, you are able to have that kind of relationship, and the trust within your team becomes phenomenal. And so you're relying less on yourself and more on your team. Okay. Now, so we have the death coming out there. All right. Learning to work with what you've got, the gift that you've got, and being open to a new start, the Fool, another major arcana. Okay. Aries card. So Aries is very much a go-getter, a go-doer. They just go and do it. They do it with passion. They throw themselves into whatever they're facing. All right. So when it comes to this, I get that this is daunting. Trust me, I do this. I get it. I get that it's daunting. But work through this. You are limiting yourself by your fears, and and the fears come in that I'm not good enough. I can't do this. There's so many other people out there. Why would somebody watch me? It's not about that. It's not about that. I also do this, so I know this. But when one person can reach out to me, whether privately and they say to me, "Geez, Mara, I really needed to hear that today," that's what I did it for. Even if it's only for one person, if that person got the message that they needed, I'm fulfilling my purpose. So just remember that the new start is adventurous and it's fun. It carries that Aries energy of excitement and adventure. Just go for it. Spirit wants you to take the plunge and to go for it. Okay, so now what I've done is I've asked for some advice for you, all right, on how you need to work through this and to overcome all of this anxiety that you're keeping and how to get to your fresh start. Okay, that's the advice I've asked for. And your first card, 30 it comes down to 3, practical intuition. Also, you check the full moon behind there. It's typically a Pisces card, but it's actually a Cancer card as well. But it's a water sign card, which is practical intuition. We know that the water signs are very, very, very intuitive. But this is about being practical with your intuition. All right. So this is not saying, okay, so this is saying that if you are in this space for a while, fair play, but then take the measures that you can, working with your intuition to ensure that you feel confident. I really am sorry. I don't know what's going on with my nose. I really don't know what's going on. Take the measures that you can to make yourself more confident. So if it means going back to school, then go back to school. Do some studying. Do what it takes to get you to where you need to be, but never forgetting your intuition. Using your intuition to direct you to what you need to do here as well. All right. Our intuition is our most powerful tool. So please don't ignore that. You have to work with intuition, especially in what you're wanting to do with cards. Okay. Right. The next thing we've come up with is number 6, freedom. Again, a full moon, intuition. Okay. Freedom is about understanding that you have, so I'm trying to avoid light here. I should have recorded this a bit earlier. Freedom is understanding that there are no rules with this kind of work. Okay, so yes, I follow like the tarot basics, the basic meanings of it, but I also read it intuitively. Oracle cards, I read intuitively. Okay, so if you are worried about doing readings because everyone else is, then find a way to free yourself from everybody else's routines or the way they work. Find a freedom in your work, a way to express yourself creatively. Okay, just so that you know, this card here, the 3 of Pentacles, is also about expressing yourself creatively through your work. Okay, so like for example, I love doing my chakra readings because I'm crazy about the chakra system. So for me, that freed me up from what other people were doing. Find your space, find your niche and work to that. That will free you up from what other people are expecting, what other people are doing. Okay, it gives you that sense of freedom. Very, very important. Okay, the next card is number 23, 5. It's removing, okay, 5 is obstacles and also change. And the card here, I don't know if you can see it, the big picture. Okay, they're asking you to have a look and see the big picture. Okay, so they're asking you for neutrality here. Take a step back, all right, and see that you, again, we go back to, they're telling me, they're going back to, you wouldn't have been guided to do this if you weren't meant to be doing that, which means that you will not be left out in the cold. Once you step into pathways that are meant for you, you are guided every step that you take. Fact, absolute fact, okay? You just need to start releasing what's happening here. Okay, if you can take control of this, everything's going to be different for you. Absolutely everything. But you need to be neutral. You need to be a distant observer and step back and go, hold on, but it wouldn't be logical for Spirit to bring this to my attention if they weren't going to have my back. And the next card coming up is also a 3, 12. 1 and 2 is 3. Divine protection. Okay, take the plunge. Oh dear, this is going to be a fun exercise. The 4, take that leap of faith. They're saying, take the leap of faith. You're going to be divinely protected. No matter what happens, the minute you step into what you're meant to be doing, Spirit kicks in to protect you. Fact. Absolute fact. They will never leave you out in the cold. They just don't work like that. The universe is constantly conspiring for us. Okay, so please understand that. Think about that and go, okay, well, hold on. It doesn't make sense that this would have happened. Nothing ever happens for no reason. I'm a big believer in that. So nothing ever, 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 ever happens for no reason. Okay, now this card here is 14. It's a 5, change, okay, and it's grace. Okay, handle this with grace. Allow the grace of Spirit to work through you. Okay, it's a difficult one. I understand that. Grace can only be achieved when you are in a space of gratitude and acceptance and surrender. Now, please understand that surrender is not defeat. It's not defeat. Surrender is very much about allowing the universe to step in and do what it needs to do to assist you. Okay, big difference. Very big difference. So act with grace. Compose yourself, act with grace. Also feel the grace of Spirit through you. There's a big one. Kels was saying to me, they need to actually be receptive of Spirit's grace. Okay, but it's actually one of my favorite cards, and it's one of my favorite words, actually. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful word. Okay, so I'm just trying to clear up the space here a bit so I can actually see what's going on here, because all kinds of chaos, and we've got a lot more cards coming out. Okay, right. So once we had gotten the vase, I asked for messages from self. I wanted to know what your higher self would come back through. Okay, the first card that's come up, compassion. Okay, don't be so hard on yourself. Being unkind to yourself never works. Go back to any situation that you've been in where you've been unkind to yourself and ask yourself honestly, has it ever worked? Okay, I'm guaranteeing you that being unkind to yourself is going to be a no. It's going to be a hard no. Actually, it hasn't helped. All right, deal with yourself with compassion. We are human. All right, this is the planet of school. We're doing our curriculum. So all of this is about teaching us about creativity and about bravery and courage and stepping into our path. It's not easy. It's not easy for anybody. All right. So please have compassion for yourself. Walk kindly with yourself. Talk kindly to yourself. Act kindly for yourself. All right. You'll find that being kind to yourself is actually going to make the journey a whole lot easier for you. Okay, next card up. Oh my God, again. Oh my God. Freedom, again. Like, you can't actually get this. Free yourself here, again. Free yourself from the self-imposed, like, prison. In fact, on this card, you can have a look. She's actually trapped in a bird cage. She's literally trapped in a bird cage. And there's a little dragonfly coming towards her with the key. It's very, very difficult to see. There's a little dragonfly over here flying with the key. And she's trying to reach out to it. Free yourself. Okay. Your higher self is now saying to you that this is time. Like, let it go. It's not going to serve you if you don't let it go. All right. So, just saying double up from spirit and from your higher self. Empowerment. Beautiful card. Okay. Next card out for yourself, from your higher self. Empowerment. Again, full moon. Intuition. All right. What you're really needing to do here is step into your power. That's solar plexus stuff, and it's not easy for everybody. But I'm going to say something to you, and this is my personal experience. Just take that first step. Take that leap of faith, okay? Because what's going to happen is that you are going to be in a situation where you actually do better than you think you're going to do. All right? I'm hearing very clearly that the results will be better than you anticipate, first and foremost. And secondly, you're going to surprise yourself. Okay, you are going to surprise yourself. But in taking this leap of faith, when you do it, once you've actually done it, it creates a sense of achievement within yourself, a sense of self-worth, and a sense of, gosh, I did well to myself. I did well for myself. You show yourself compassion and kindness. You're like, good job, I did that. I actually managed to do that. I was nervous of it, and I did it. This is very much fear-based energy that's coming through about why this is stopping you. All right. So please empower yourself. Just take that one step, that one little step. Do one. Because once you've done your first reading, or whether it be to a one-on-one client, whether it be over WhatsApp, whatever your medium is that you're nervous about, okay, just take that step, whether it's YouTube, whatever it is. Take that one step and move forward. Okay, right. So this is a confirmation from your higher self that you have psychic abilities. All right. If you tune into your intuition and if you work with it, okay, here we go, practical intuition. If you're working with your intuition, you will really activate them more and more. Now, I'm going to say something to you that most readers probably won't say. The more you do it, the more you practice, the better you get. Absolute fact. It's like any craft or skill, all right? It's something that needs to be worked on. It needs to be practiced and it needs to be worked on. I often look at my readings and I go, oh my God, why did I say that? But over time, you become more comfortable in it. You get like, so this one for me is my first life purpose one. The next time will flow more easily. And that's okay. It's okay. Because at the end of the day, I'm still putting the message out. I'll learn from what's going on today and I'll improve it for the next time. Okay, so just understand that by taking that leap of faith and by practicing more and more, your psychic abilities will shine through for you more and more and will become more apparent to you. All right. Oh, and the last card from yourself is beautiful, new beginnings. Okay, be prepared for it. It's here. Be prepared for it. Let go and receive the new beginnings that are coming in. And I'm hearing that the new beginnings, it's not just about finances and things like that. Once you step into your path, a whole world opens up for you. So for those of you that are real, like, and I don't mean this in a disrespectful way, but like real newbies that are really at the beginning, starting their journey, this is going to be such an adventure. I have come across things, experienced things, met people, done things that I never, ever, ever expected to do in my life. And they really have been great adventures and they've been great beginnings for me. The beginnings of beautiful friendships, of partnerships, of all sorts of things that I've come across because I let go of this. Okay, so Spirit is really reiterating this for you and your higher self. Seriously. Okay, so I asked for an outcome. Oh gosh. Okay. Right, the outcome. Okay, so your first card here, Major Arcana, the Hermit. Okay, 9 energy. Sorry, I just wanted to check my Roman numerals. It's a 9 energy. Endings again. Okay, so you're coming to the ending of something with the Death card over here. But this Hermit card is meditation, quiet contemplation. Okay, so once you've made this decision over here, right, spend some time in meditation and working on that to get to this. Okay, because the more you meditate, the more you become in tune with this fact. I really the more I've meditated in the past, over time, the more I've learned to discipline myself and meditate, the more you actually learn about yourself, you know about yourself. Okay, same thing. And he's carrying a light that'll show you, it'll direct you to where you need to be. Your higher self will direct you where you need to go. Okay, right. Next card, another major arcana, the World, 10. So 9 and then, oh my God, you got 9 and then 10. Shit, I didn't even realize that. Okay. Okay, 9 and 10. This card, end of a cycle, new beginning, okay? Okay, it does also talk about travel and things like that, but I'm being told in this that there is divine intervention in your life, okay? So once you've done this and you've gone through everything else, okay, divine intervention kicks in for you. It's there. The Wheel of Fortune changes it. It goes in your favor, all right? And okay, so Spirit is saying this next card here, the Page of Cups, offering a cup of love. Gain studious, okay, pages are always studious. That is the cup of love from Spirit, they're saying, because they will never ever let you down. They're offering you that cup, all right? And with that, that's a really unusual choice of cards, okay? The Eight of Wands comes in here now. Now, the Eight of Wands is traditionally quick communication, lots of messages, okay? So if you're in doubt, if you're in doubt, Spirit is saying to you that this leads to this, which is them stepping in, and you will then be guided by them with direct messages, lots of messages. Okay, so now that sounds a bit lame, but the lots of messages means that when you are doing your readings and when you are reading the cards, okay, they've got your back, guys. They've got your back. You just need to trust. Okay, they've got your back. So don't panic about it. All right, the communication will flow freely and quickly. It's not like you have to sit there going, oh God, I've got this card now. Shit, what does that mean? Oh God, oh God. It's not going to be like that. You're going to intuitively know. You're going to go back to your practical intuition, right? And your psychic abilities over here. And you're going to find out exactly what you need to know. Okay, absolute fact. So please, please, please don't panic about that. Right, interesting. So the next two cards that are coming up, two kings on the board. Right, King of Wands. Let's put that one down first. And King of Pentacles. Right, two characters that are sturdy, self-sufficient, successful. They are successful, right? The King of Wands is obviously a fire energy. All right, so it's that passion, it's that igniting of stuff and things like that. I'm hearing that this is opportunities coming in for you. And the King of Pentacles is very much grounded, earth energies, okay, Taurus, Virgo, etc. But what I'm hearing here is that this will give you the material reward you need. Okay, they're not saying you want, that you need. That doesn't mean you won't have enough. But for those of you that are worried about this as a career, this is reassurance. You've got two strong energies sitting down. Oh God, first word sounds like Sunday morning, forgive me. Authoritarian energies down on the board, okay? They're at the top of their game, guys, both of them. They wouldn't be kings if they weren't at the top of the game. They'd still be pages. Okay, so just understand, Spirit is saying you've got this. And then the final energy for you that's come up, the Empress. The absolute personification of the divine feminine, of intuition, of abundance, of stepping into your power, of being in your absolute power, your authenticity. Okay, what a beautiful way for Spirit to let you know that your outcome's a good outcome. I won't lie. This card was a bit of a weird one for me until Kelso explained it, the ones, but I get it now. It's because you worry that you won't be able to get the messages, but you'll get the messages. Okay, they will come in at you, and you will end up being incredibly successful in what you do, with that being the last card. Okay, this is like the epitome of abundance and things like that. It's just the most beautiful card because it's more than just abundance. It's really being in your divine power. Okay. All right, so pile number one, I really, really hope you like this. Please like, share, and subscribe. What's happening with me this morning? You'd swear I'd been out partying all night. And then just keep your eye out because we'll have some past life readings coming up. There's some twin flame readings coming up. So I'm sending you big loves. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to connecting with you soon. Welcome, pile number two, Amethyst. Okay, so let's get started. If you like it, please comment, let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll have more readings coming out later on, past lives, twin flames, etc. But let's get to your reading today. Right, so let's see what you've got. Interesting. So your life purpose involves crystals, all right? It says here your connection to crystals and gemstones is a channel for healing energy. Now, as fabulous as it sounds, it doesn't mean you're going to go and sit in a meadow in the middle of nowhere, just surrounded by fabulous crystals and just loving earth magic. What Kelsey is very clearly saying to me here is that this is about either you're at a point of wanting to include your crystals into your business, whether it be a healing business or something like that, and you are wanting to bring crystals into it, or whether you're actually wanting to go the retail route with crystals or crystal jewelry or something like that. He's showing me like pendants and things like that. Okay, so either way, this card is for you, all right? And we all know, let's be honest, the Earth's little fabulous gems, they are absolutely brilliant. So, I mean, I can't help it. If I see a pretty crystal, I've got to buy. I mean, look at my arm, for the love of God. I mean, I love my crystals. So I totally hear wanting to work with crystals. But this is just going to be a confirmation for you that you need to then start following your intuition with this, okay? And start bringing them into your space. Okay, so let's see. The first part is here. What are the blocks? What I've asked, what are the blocks? Okay, so your first card here is the devil, but it's followed by the 9 of swords. Okay, I'm hearing very clearly here that what's required of you here is to release the temptation to be in your head. Okay, the swords always about mental stuff. So it's mental stress, mental worry. This is the sleepless nights card. So it's sitting up worrying about stuff that we can't control. Okay, they're very clearly saying to me, don't be tempted to go there. You have a tendency to do that. We all have a tendency to do that. And when it comes to our businesses and our passion, it's incredibly important as well that we work with our intuition, especially in the woo-woo kind of world. It's incredibly important that our intuition kicks in, because that's how our higher self is guiding us to what we actually need to do. Okay, so don't be tempted to be in your head with this, is what Spirit is saying. You don't actually seem to have any blocks with this. I think you kind of just needed a constellation, like a constellation prize. Listen to me. Surprise, it's me. I'm the constellation prize. You just needed a confirmation of what you were thinking, because your next card out is the Ace of Wands. Okay, and look at it. It's being presented with these beautiful roses and a sun behind it. Sun is always happy, good in the tarot cards. Always good. So my suggestion is they're saying to you, just take the new beginning with this. Take the fresh start with the crystals in which way, shape, or form you're doing. It seems to be a very simplistic one. I mean, I must say, pile number 1 had a lot more going on in terms of blocks. I think they really did the mental thing. But just again, mental stuff, just let it go. Okay, so take the new beginning and start working with the crystals, because it's only going to benefit your business. Okay, right. So then I asked for some advice. What did you need to know? And let's see what we've come up. Okay, so the first one here is a change in the wind. Okay, so be prepared for things to be different. Okay, so when you start with your crystal work, things will automatically be different. You are introducing new energies into your space, whether it be in Reiki sessions or in different healing sessions, in your readings, whatever it is. Prepare for the energies to be different. Okay, it will also propel you down different paths, I'm hearing. So there'll be more avenues opening up for you the minute you start activating your work with the crystals. Okay, change is never easy. Change is never difficult. Is not always easy. It's sometimes quite difficult for us to come out of our comfort zones. But what you don't want to do is you don't want to hold on so tightly to where you are that you lose the potential for where you could be, is what I'm being told. So go with the flow on this. Surrender. Okay, they're saying to me, surrender and just go with the changes that are coming in. Right, the next card coming up is clean it up. Just a heads up, and it's quite interesting. The first card is a 12, and then we've got a 21. Both are 3s, okay? So that's quite interesting. 3 for me is a lot about communication. And also like the 3 of the 3s are about also like I want to say community. Community is the word I'm looking for. Clean it up is about very much they're saying to me, letting go of what no longer works. Okay, I feel like this may only be for one specific person that hears this, but it feels like there's superfluous stuff in your business space that you need to clear up, and you know that things need to be released. So if this is for you, however many of you it may be, please start clearing it up, okay? You can't have the fresh energy that's coming in until you release the old energy, okay? The universe loves voids. It can fill them with stuff. So if you create the void here, the new stuff can then come in for you, okay? So whatever it is, and they're saying to me very clearly that you will know exactly what it is in your business that you need to shift around, that has felt discomfort, that has made you feel discomfort, that you feel not 100% happy with, that you have been uncertain about in your business. They're saying let that all go. And then be prepared to move on with new stuff. Okay. Oh God. And then this is the next card. Regeneration. I love this card. I absolutely love this card. 4 and 6 is not, no, it's not. 6 is 10. 1, it's new beginnings. 10 is it's new beginnings. Okay. My maths today is appalling. God. So they're saying that be prepared for the change. They're giving you the heads up. They're saying clean up what you need to clean up and then be ready for it because you're going to grow in unexpected ways. Okay. And remember that as talking about business and life purposes and that, they are living things. They are growing things. They change. As we change, our businesses change, our life purposes maybe don't change, but they certainly adapt, and they won't change from exactly what they were or that they're meant to be, but they will certainly expand is the word I'm looking for. They will expand. So with regard to that, just be open to what's happening here. And the final card of advice is yin. Okay. The yin to your yang, it's a 2. 2 is the number of service. Okay. Be open to receiving. Okay. Yang is the fire energy. It's that whole needing to do something. All right. Yin is about being open to receiving what is coming your way. All right. So your advice is very easygoing. It's not like hysterical. All you need to do is be ready for the change, clear out what needs to go, the old energy. The new change comes in, and you just need to be open to receiving it. Okay. You need to seriously be open to receiving it. Seriously nice energy there. Okay, then I asked for messages from self for you. Okay, what did you need to know? Oh, I love these cards so much. Father Sky, trust in the unknown. Okay, now it's interesting because I'm actually going to bring these up as well. You'll see there's an eagle there. Okay. Now, generally when we talk about stuff, especially we talk about seeing things from different perspectives. And honest to God, I'm not joking. You got the eagle card. Okay. It says here, see from a higher perspective. All right. So this card is saying trust in the unknown. All right. They're saying that you need to have faith in spirit. Spirit has got your back. No matter what, you have to take that leap of faith. It's almost like the fool in the tarot, taking that plunge, that leap of faith to get to where you want to go. Everything we do that we feel passionate about, that we want to do, all right, comes from a place of a little bit of risk. So they're saying here that you just need to take that step. Just have faith that no matter what happens, even if you don't know the next step, trust that it will be illuminated for you. Okay, then we have the eagle, all right, which says see from a higher perspective. But straight after that, we've got the air guardian coming on saying shift your perception. I mean, isn't she just gorgeous? There, shift your perception. Look at her. She's absolutely beautiful. Right, so these 2 cards are in alignment with this one, trust and unknown. This is very much about being, and it's funny because the group level, God, what is wrong with me today? My mind is all over the place. The first reading, the first pile, had the same thing about changing perspective, and our perceptions of what we expect and what other people expect. It is very, very important to understand that with this, okay, that we see things as a distant observer. We see things as what they really are, not what we think they are. Okay, very, very, very big difference. And that, yes, that does require faith. It really, really does require faith. But that is what is required of us. That is what is required of us when it comes to faith. that whole thing about seeing is believing, that doesn't work with faith. You have to believe before you see. That is the epitome of faith. So from that point of view, when you can be a distant observer, like the eagle, right? You've got two, one after the other. When you can raise yourself up and see from a height, okay, you get a big picture of what's going on. We can be very insular in some of our thought processes. So for example, I'm just taking this as a really random example with the crystals. Say you want to introduce it into your Reiki practice, for example, and you're like, yeah, but a lot of people don't like crystals, and I don't want to offend anybody, and then they're going to think I'm really like hocus pocus, and etc. etc. Very lame example, I get it, but that's just the example I'm going to use. At the end of the day, you want to bring it into your practice. It's a calling, it's a guiding, all right? So my suggestion would be then, if that's the case, take a step back and go, okay, not everyone's going to be in alignment with this, but what if I give them the choice? What if I see things from a different perspective? What if I change my perception on that? Maybe I don't need to enforce what I want to do on them with every single client, but maybe I can give them a choice. I can say to them, okay, well, would you like crystals in the session? I'm happy to do, for say, doing a chakra clearing. I'm happy to do you a little bit of a charge with crystals. Would you appreciate that? Or add it as an additional service to your thing. Okay, it's about changing your perception with this. Don't be too stuck on what you think what you think people know. It's not, it doesn't work like that. Okay. You need to see it from a much, much kind of more neutral perspective and see what's really going on. Okay. The next card here is hold space. This is a really beautiful card, Druid, hold space. Okay. Holding space is just sitting in a space of acceptance, accepting things as they are. Okay. And allowing things to come into your space that need to. We go back to this energy here, the yin energy, okay? When you hold space for something, there's no judgment, there's no criticism, there's no expectation. It's complete and utter neutrality, So it makes complete sense after all of this that the next card would be then just hold space for it. Just let it be what it's meant to be, okay? Don't put too much into it. Don't invest too much into it. How do I say this? The one thing I am getting here very clearly for somebody, I don't know who this is for, but I feel like somebody wants to work, and they're showing me a shop, so it's obviously a retail aspect with crystals, and they are saying that you want to do something differently. You don't want to just be another crystal shop. Okay, for whoever that is, whenever you reach it, if it's now or if it's in 10 months or if it's in 6 years, they're saying do it your way. Okay, change your perception on what that needs to be and do it your way. So whoever it is that's wanting to do this crystal shop in a weird and wonderful way, go for it. I feel like it's quite quirky and quite unique. Don't forget that we all hold our own power and we all hold our own, how do I say this? We all hold our own magic. All right. So just work with your magic. Don't be expecting to do the same thing other people do. Oh my God, other people do. I'm really sorry. I have not been out drinking. I promise you. My God. Okay, the last card. Oh, I love this card. It's my favorite card from this deck. It's Stargazer. Okay, you see, set your sights higher. I should just go back to bed, really. It's just one of those mornings. Set your sights higher, okay? So don't limit yourself. Don't limit yourself with your thinking, all right? Go for what you want. Whatever it is that you want, set your sights on that and go for it. Don't let this stop you. Carry the Ace of Wands energy with you. Make the fresh start and go for it. Seriously, seriously, seriously. Okay, that's exactly what Spirit's saying to you. Okay, so then we have the final outcome for this pile. Let's have a look. Right. Your first card out, Cancerian card, the Chariot. This is forward movement. Once you've made a decision, the black horse and the white horse pulls different ways. Whichever decision you decide to make, take it. Okay, but just remember to hold on to your different perception. Okay, don't make it from here. All right, make it from your higher perspective. Okay, so you will have movement moving forward. Okay, community and celebration. Okay, there's also a card of working with friends. So get your friends to help you. If that's what it's going to take, get your friends to help you. Okay. This is very much about, this is a very fortunate card. It's a major arcana. It really is about seriously moving you forward. Okay. So they're saying to you, don't panic. Just go with it. Follow your intuition and things will move forward for you. There will be celebrations, there will be friendships. And again, work with your friends if you can, get some help from them. Okay. Now it's so funny because the last pile had 2 kings on the board. You've got 2 queens down on the board. Queen of Wands, right? And the Queen of Cups. Queen of Wands, she'll do whatever she can. She'll use whatever she's got to follow what she desires. She goes for it and she gets it. Fact. Absolute fact. Queen of Cups, loving what she's doing, being in her power. Both of them are calling for personal power here. All right. Both of them call for personal power. So beautiful energy coming in here. Also I'm being told, doing what you love. Your cups are love, it's emotion. So it's doing what you love, being successful at what you love, going to get what you want, striving for it. And then the final thing here is the High Priestess. Now she's the service to higher powers, very much about working in a space of divinity. It's what they're giving me. Okay. So this is very much about being introspective, self-reflection, and getting to this point where you know yourself so well, you have gone for what you wanted, you love what you do, and you are in your full personal power, being of service to divinity, the higher powers. What a beautiful, beautiful outcome. Seriously, I mean, come on, forward movement, celebration, and then such personal power coming through from this. Again, strongly, they're reiterating that whoever it is opening the quirky crystal shop, just go for it. I really don't know when you're going to get this message, but I really hope that it comes soon, because obviously it feels like it's in the energy already. So, guys, go for it. Whatever you're wanting to do with crystals, and look, go wild. If you just wanted to go and sit in the meadow and play with them, I fully understand that. I couldn't agree with you more. So I really hope you've enjoyed this. I mean, that was really an unexpected card. I must be honest, I didn't expect crystals to come out. But I really hope you've enjoyed this. Please let me know in the comments below, and like, share, subscribe so more people can see. And then obviously you get a little notification when the next readings come out. So I'm sending you so much love. Thank you for joining me, and I look forward to connecting with you next time. Pile number 3, the yellow calcite. Welcome. Okay, before we begin, please, if you enjoy this, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Leave comments in the comment section below. I'd really appreciate it to keep you updated on what you guys are enjoying and if there are changes I can make. Please understand I am trying to work on you guys seeing the cards on tables, but my house is not designed for that at the minute. Unfortunately, I've got light all on the one side, and the other wall I have no access to, as it turns out. So just bear with me, but we're going to get straight into your reading today. Right, so this is your life purpose reading. This is for those of you who have chosen bundle number 3. It's going to be, well, for all of them, but for you in particular, we are looking at the work of the healer. Okay, and it says here, you have the spiritual gift of healing and a desire to share it with others. Now, of all the cards that have come out today, first of all, they've all been woo-woo cards, which has been quite surprising for me. This is the most diverse. Okay, so this is going to require a bit of information on your side. In terms of doing some homework. If you aren't already in the healing field, or if you are in the healing field and you are contemplating leaving it, this is a confirmation to kind of say you're on your path. If you're contemplating expanding or diversifying, this will be there to confirm that for you as well. But for those of you that are wanting to become healers, all right, this is going to be about the general concept of healing. So you need to find your niche within that, whether it be spiritual healing like Reiki and energetic work, or whether it's going to be things like psychology, all of those different kinds of things, doctors, nurses, or the whole range of healing. This is encompassing spiritual statement. This encompasses everything. All right. So right across the board, whatever kind of healing you're contemplating going into, this is a confirmation that you're on the right path. Okay, so let's get into your reading. The first one, obviously, the first thing we ask for, what are the blocks regarding you moving forward with this? Okay, so this isn't so much about universal blocks, but this is more about what blocks are you holding on to in order to move yourself forward. Okay, right. The first card out, Seven of Water. You can see she's sitting on this rock, the mermaid, and there are all of these shells around her. Too many decisions. Too many decisions to make, okay? So in order to get clear on what you need, you have the Four of Water coming up here, okay? Four of Cups, traditionally. Sorry, not Four of Cups, I'm lying to you. Sorry, Four of Air. Really? Sorry, today has just been one of those days for me. Four of Air, all right? This is your Four of Swords, okay? Traditionally, it's healing and things like that. But what it's actually asking you to do is to take some time to relax, recuperate, and it gives you that space to actually it's basically, it gives you headspace, is what they're saying to me. You need that time for meditation and reflection, all right? In taking this time to contemplate and to be in that space, all right, you are going to be able to get clarity on exactly where you want to be and what you want to do. Okay, so very, very important. You need your headspace. Okay. The next card out, Eight of Water. This is about walking away from stuff. So they're saying to me very clearly that there's a fear of walking away from what you know already. Okay, what you know and what you're comfortable with. They're saying to me that you need to take that plunge, you need to take that leap of faith. Okay, it's kind of been a bit of a recurring theme in all of the readings today, but this is very much about you taking that space, taking that step out and going, okay, you know what? I can do this. But whenever we take a step towards the universe will take two steps towards us. So please understand that that needs to happen for you to move forward. Right. What's coming up next? Let's have a look. Next card, Messenger of Air. Messengers are the traditional knights of swords. Okay. They're saying to me, this is you very much being an advocate for yourself on this one now. This is about you really going forward with yourself in mind. So this is going to be a message for those of you who feel like there are people in your space who are not feeling supported by the ones that are loved around. But they're saying to me, you need to be an advocate for yourself here. All right. So you need to stand up and fight for what you want. What makes you happy? What do you feel like ignites your passion? All right. You'll find this, if you don't know it already, from taking some time in meditation, contemplation, and relaxation. Okay. They say they're giving me the term restorative period. Okay, so the Four of Swords is always about healing, but it's a very restorative energy. So that's what you need in order to be able to stand up for yourself. Okay. Page of Water's coming in. Okay. They're saying to me that you need to connect on an emotional level with what you are wanting to do. Emotions and all that create, and cups particularly, is about relationships with people and things. Now, what they're saying is you need to create a relationship, right, with what you are wanting to do. Now, I know that sounds like weird, and I'm not saying you need to take your job out on a date. What I'm trying to say to you here is that when you form an attachment, an emotional attachment to something, you're going to be willing to fight for it. If you are detached from something, there's going to be apathy. You're not going to have the will to fight for it. But when you create a relationship with it, you connect with it, right? You're going to be able to stand up and fight for what you want. And that is what is required of you. That is a block at the moment. You are not having a connection. You feel like the feeling I'm getting is like this overwhelming sense, first of all, of overwhelm. So somebody just feels completely overwhelmed by this. Like, I can't be a healer. I can't do this. I don't know what spirit is thinking. This is not my path. Okay, this is where you come back to this and you just take a moment to breathe. Okay, take a moment to breathe, do a little bit of homework, find out whether you want to do kinesiology or whether it's aromatherapy or whether it's working with crystals, whatever it is. If it's working with crystals, go and check out number 2, because that's all about crystals. And we had a really woo-woo one this week. The first one was about doing oracle card reading. So if you want to watch that, then go for it. I couldn't believe there were 3 seriously woo-woo callings in the first reading that we're doing. Okay, but this is really much about connecting with it on an energetic level and finding your passion in it. Okay, because then you're going to really be willing to fight for it, for being your own advocate. Now, this they're saying is reiterating 2 things. It's a twofer, what I call a twofold message, the Two of Cups. Okay, I just love these little shifts. I think they're so cute. Okay, the Two of Cups. Somebody is really feeling non-supported by a partner of some sort. Okay, so whether it be in a business that you're in already, or whether it be in an actual relationship like a marriage or a committed relationship, an engagement, whatever it is, they're saying that this is talking about this card here. Okay, but you have to come up and be an advocate for yourself. Okay, now please, I'm not trying to promote that you need to create waves and do this with fights and things like that. I don't condone any kind of drama. My spirit guide is a no drama llama, so I take the path of calm and serenity. And sometimes when we stand up for ourselves, the people that we love don't really like it, because we're showing them a different side of ourselves that they don't know. So maybe you need to slowly start introducing that side of yourself, if that is the case. The other side of this, Spirit is saying to me, is that you need to be open to partnerships in it. Some people are like, I just want to do this on my own, and I don't want to. Okay, Spirit is saying don't have that mentality, because you could miss out on some really good partnerships with this. So please just be aware of that. If you are one of those people that are completely adamant about doing this on your own and you don't need anybody else, they're saying just be very aware of that, because you might miss out on some really good growth opportunities with that attitude, okay, with that mentality. Right, the final card coming up, the Magician. Okay, it's the first card. Okay, well, it's not like the first card as in like the very first. The Fool is obviously the first one, but the Magician is number one. And that is about, it's telling you that you have everything you need to create what you want. Absolutely everything you need to create whatever it is you want in the scope of healing. Okay, you just need to manifest it. It's about alchemy and magic. It's about using your thoughts to actually create your reality. Okay, so guys, quite a lot going on here, quite honestly, for your blocks, but obviously some of it quite specific. But really and truly, this is key for you to move forward. Okay, if you're struggling making the decision, take this time. Take this time to also really that restorative time. Take it to, like, you know, decide what you need to walk away from. You know, decide to connect with your business. Oh God, how's my hand? I'm like a peacock. I'm like just woo. Okay, and then obviously learning to advocate for yourself, standing up for yourself. Okay, and I don't mean that in a battle sense. I mean that as in fighting for what you want. Okay, right. So then we go on to what advice? Okay, what advice do we get from Spirit with regards to this? Okay, now the first card that comes up here is the Deceit card. Okay, so now everyone, before you all go hysterical, let's just take a deep breath. 2 and 5 is 7. It's a spiritual number, but it's also taking that leap of faith off the cliff. Okay, they're actually saying to me the Deceit card is about, where are you selling yourself short? Where are you lying to yourself about your capabilities and what you are able to do? Okay, this is very much about what the energy of this card is carrying in this reading. So stop for a moment and go, when you're sitting there going, oh God, I couldn't do that. There's no ways I could do that, Mara. You mad? There's no ways that I could do this. It's just not possible. I don't have that in me. Okay, well, to be very honest, you wouldn't be watching this video if that was truly the case. Okay, I do believe that people fall upon things, even if they don't fully resonate with a reading. I do believe that there are snippets of these readings that come out for a specific reason. Okay, so look at where you are lying to yourself. You cannot move authentically forward in your business if you're not starting with a core of authenticity. Okay, throat chakra, just saying. The next card you get up here, okay, 44 is foundations. It's your third eye, Ajna. It's the sixth chakra, and it's Metatron. Metatron, just so everyone knows, is only the second human to ever become an angel. Angels are different species completely. Him and his twin brother Sandalphon both moved into angeldom, and he rules over the chakras, actually. You hear about Metatron's cube and all of that. He can warp time and space. He's phenomenal. He's phenomenal to have on your team. And this card is about your perceptions, looking at your perception. Okay, third eye, seeing the bigger picture. Okay, seeing not necessarily what is there, but what you actually need to see. Okay, sometimes what we need to see this is very difficult to explain because I'm getting the feeling of it. Sometimes what we actually need to see isn't really there yet, but it's the faith that it will be there. Now, I know that sounds really, really, really weird, but it's that being able to envision something more. All right. It's basically manifestation again. It's like being able to say, okay, but I don't have at the moment, I don't have a thriving kinesiology business, but I see myself in that space. Okay, it's seeing the bigger picture. Also, then understanding that you're not alone in this. You wouldn't have been chosen to be a healer. The universe, the spirit doesn't just go, okay, we're going to drop Jane down there and we're going to put her in with this massively chaotic emotional thing, and she's going to have to go onto this path as a healer, but she's going to be on her own. So spirit doesn't do that. This is also about seeing that Jane down there is supported. Okay, seeing the bigger picture. You're not alone. You will be guided on your journey. Okay. Right, woman holding a heart. Okay, 44. Okay, 44 is like master number 44, foundations and that. Also comes down to an 8, which is abundance. Okay, doing what you love, following your heart. You've got the feminine energy here as well, because in the same deck, there's a man holding a heart. Sorry, that was just like all far too much for me. But I'm feeling that we're getting the feminine card here because this is about following your intuition. You know that we say women's intuition? Well, men have it too. It's about following your intuition, okay? And it's about actually going with what you feel you want to do and what you feel your passion, where your passion lies. It's very, very important, okay? So your advice here is to really, really follow what you want to do. Okay, now, interesting. The next card out, number 30, the garden and the gate. Okay, this card here, I'm going to put these down for a second. Just give me 1 second here. The garden and the gate. Okay, if you can see, I don't know if you'll be able to see, but if I show you there's a key that's around the girl's neck. She has the ability to step out of the gate, all right, out of the garden and into the great yonder. She's keeping herself trapped. Don't do it. It's not a good space to be. It's not a good energy to be in, all right? Set yourself out. Set yourself free. So the advice is don't keep yourself stuck in a space when you want to do something else. They're saying, walk away. Walk away. Okay, very, very important. I know it sounds crazy, but it is really important to be walking away from things that no longer serve you, especially at this time. We're just going through this massive shift of letting go of everything. I've said this in all of my chakra readings. It's crazy, but there's definitely this move to do it. And then your final card for advice coming up. Okay, 41, 4 and 1 is 5, change, overcoming obstacles. It's the seventh chakra, it's Uriel, okay? And this is about your crown chakra. Be open to receiving the inspiration that you need from spirit, okay? Because the minute you do that, you then in partnership with them, okay? So remember we said over here, partnerships, okay? Your greatest partnership is always going to be with spirit. Always, always, always. So don't dispute that in any which way, shape, or form. All right. This is very much about you stepping into it now and going, okay, fine. Taking the messages that come and working with them, because spirit always, always, always wants to work with you. Okay, now the final card that's come out is an interesting one. It's contract. Okay, this is just spirit saying for some of you that are going into these positions, always just be wary. This is not a doom and gloom message. It's a protection message. Just make sure that when there are contracts involved, that you are careful with your signing of the contract. Okay, and this may be for a very few in particular, but a couple of you will be joining partnerships here. Partnerships with people we all have soul contracts with people, but I feel like this is karmic stuff, and I don't necessarily feel like it's bad karma. Just be careful about thinking that karma is always bad. It's not always bad. Karma brings us what we need and not what we want. Okay, so just bear that in mind. But there are soul contracts in play with some of these partnerships as well. Okay. Okay, sorry, he's elaborating on that one step further, and he's saying for those of you in partnerships that we spoke about where we're feeling stuck and unsupported, part of the karmic lesson here is you standing up for yourself, okay, becoming your own advocate. And that in itself will be a karmic lesson for your partner. All right. Again, karmic doesn't mean that relationships end and stuff like that. Please, let's not go to the dramatics with that. All it means is that there are soul learnings. Maybe you feel like maybe that person needs to learn that you are still the individual. You may be their wife, their husband, their fiance, whatever it is, but you're still an individual and you still need to actually experience life through your own terms. Okay. So please don't go to doom and gloom with that, because that's not what the energy of the card is at all. Okay, so we come on to now, I've asked for messages from self for us, okay. I picked up another whole pile here. God, these cards are beautiful. Okay, individuality. Okay, if you have a look there, beautiful card, tattoos on the face. 4, 7 is 11. Okay, 11 is mastery of self. Whatever you are planning on doing in your business, be you. Your quirky kind of self, whatever it is. Let's be honest, my readings are not like normal readings, like most people's readings. But we all have our own energy and magic to bring to the table. Please do not ignore yours, and please do not leave them behind. Okay, keep that up. Really, really keep that up. It's vital to your, I'm hearing that it's vital to your success. All right. Your magic is what the world needs, is what they're saying to me. That's the exact message that Kelso gave me, so I'm just passing it on. Okay, right. 42, 6. Okay, it's a nurturing number. Confidence. All right, find your confidence in this. Okay, but when they say find your confidence, don't have a false sense of confidence. So don't go into things where you don't know what you need to do, or have your confidence based on your knowledge, your intuition, based on studies. For some people are going to have to study to get to where they want to be and where they need to be. Okay, so go in basing your confidence on your skill levels. Okay, because you have them. And the reality is healing is a gift. It doesn't matter what anybody says. It doesn't matter what kind of healing you do. Healing is a gift. Some people are natural nurturers and others just are not. Okay, so base your confidence on that. So some people are really good at talking to people and calming them down. Maybe that's your gift. Base your confidence on that. Whatever it is, find your confidence and work with it as you start your journey on this, okay, or as you progress. Okay. Now, the next one, you got 2 6s on the board, yeah, which is about nurturing and things like that. But this was lust. Okay. Now, I'm a bit surprised that this card's come out, and I'm like, Kelso, what the hell? And he's like, no, have that appetite for what you're doing. Have that drive and that passion for what you're doing. He's like, Mara, you worked with that deck. There was no other card in the deck that would have done that. So I was like, well, that's great. Couldn't we have just like had a passion card or something? Never mind. They're saying have that lust for your work, for your drive, for your passion. Okay. It's very much about going forward. Okay. And fighting for what you want. And again, please, fighting is not battle. Fighting is just standing up and getting to where you need to be and doing what you need to do. Okay. Sorry, guys. Just give me 1 second. My dog is driving me insane. 1 second. Sorry, huge apologies. I think this reading, because they've been such big segments, she's just losing interest. So easy solution. She's now outside in the Great Yonder. Okay, so have a lust for it. Have your passion, your drive. Keep that passion going. That it's like that one's energy, that fiery energy. Okay, so he's saying that's what this card is about for you. Right, the next card is 31. 3 and 1 is 4. Risk. See her? She's about to take that leap off the edge. He's saying, don't be scared to take that risk. Your higher self is saying, you don't be scared to take that risk. Take that leap of faith. Spirit has got you. You cannot, they're saying with great risk comes great reward. You cannot move forward if there aren't risks that are taken. And sometimes putting yourself out there is a risk. Some of us don't have great confidence. Some of us, which comes back to here, start working on that, solar plexus. But whatever it is, take that risk. Okay, put yourself out there in whichever way that relates to you. You will be well rewarded for it. Okay, don't be afraid to take risks when it comes to your life purpose, is what they're saying. Okay. 4 and 3 is 7. Understanding. 43. Okay. Now, if you see this card, she's standing there. Okay, let me just see if I can bring it a bit closer. Okay, she's standing on like a cliff, but there's water, there's by the ocean, and there's the sun shining around her. She's got all of these orbs and lights around her. Okay. There is a deep understanding here that she's okay. There's really the reason this card came out after risk. There's a knowing that she's supported. This gives us energy of calm and love and warmth and joy. That's why they've used the color yellow here, because there's a warmth about it. And it makes you feel like, oh, it's like that sitting in the sun, and then it's not too hot, but you're getting those warm rays around you. That's exactly that feeling there. All right. Now, what they're saying is just understand that you're going to take the risk, but you are not alone. Spirit will never leave you, okay, and will never just abandon you. You're going to be okay, and you will be supported. You need to understand that. Understanding that when you are on your life path, if you can just take some time. Okay. When you find things are getting too much, take this time to recuperate, to meditate, to restore your energy levels. Okay. And you'll see that you actually aren't alone. But when we get overwhelmed, we go into overdrive mode and we don't actually take those moments of contemplation. Okay. And that's what they're being called for now, those moments of contemplation. Okay. So just take a deep breath. They've got you, is what they're saying. Here. The last card. Fulfillment. Okay, pomegranates and wine, all that luxurious kind of stuff, that exudes luxury and abundance. Okay, because let's be honest, pomegranates are not, they're not cheap. They are seen as exotic. All right. And they're saying that just there will be fulfillment for you on every level. Okay, so your higher self is saying if you follow all of these steps, okay, you remove all the blocks that you've had. You take the advice. There is fulfillment for you. Just know that. Okay, it's the spirit is on your side. All right, that's what I keep on hearing. So somebody needs to hear that. That spirit is on your side. Okay, and then finally, I've gone back to the good tarot for the outcome. And let's see what they've got to say. Oh, come on. If spirit's not telling you that they're not on your side, then I don't know what. Fortune's wheel, the wheel of fortune, divine intervention, stepping in to make things happen in the way they're meant to. Okay. It's a 10, which is a 1, new beginnings. Okay. So really, 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 really powerful card, a major arcana coming in. Okay, let's just see a king. Oh my God. You've got 3 kings on the board, yeah, down on the table. Right. First, oh, sorry. King of fire, king of water, and king of earth. Now, good God, you've got 3 kings, right? They are at the top of their game, right? Earth, pentacles, material gain, emotions, okay, doing what you love, being passionate about what you love. Here, drive, determination. The wands, the suit of fire, wands, is about going for what you want and getting it. This king is sitting real happy there. He's got everything he wants. Check out, he's got the sun behind him. He's got like this crown of like the sun that looks like the sun behind him. He's in it. He's got everything he wants and more. Okay, so with 3 solid kings down on the board, you've got it going for you. Let's be very honest. I mean, you've almost got all four kings of the suits. Plus, you've got spirit on your side, shifting things in your direction. Okay, so that's quite a powerful start here. This is the outcome. You're going to have everything you could possibly want and more, and you're going to be in a position of authority, and you're going to be in a position of leadership. You're going to be top of your game. That's exactly what these cards are saying to me, that you're top of your game. Okay. Oh, for goodness sake. Check it out. 6 of Wands. Here. All right. This, the 6 of Wands, 6 of Fire. That's victory. It's victory. Simple and that is the victorious card. Okay. And the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, coming in on a horse with a wreath of victory, people around cheering. This is acknowledgement for what you do. Victory for what acknowledgement for your achievements. Okay. And victory in what you do. So come on, guys. This is a good outcome. Let's not lie. Next card coming out. 6. Love. Okay. Now, what I'm hearing very clearly for this is for those of you might meet somebody in a workspace. Okay. That's not ever off the table. But what I'm hearing very clearly here is that this is a love of life, just in general. This is about you loving what you do, loving the life it's created for you. You are just surrounded by love in every which way, shape, or form. I mean, how much better does it get? Seriously. Oh no, apparently it gets better. Just hold on a second. So beautiful card, beautiful energy around your outcome here. Okay, seriously beautiful energy around your outcome. The last card, okay, this actually is my favorite card in this deck because of the Maitreya Buddha. The 10 of Water, the 10 of Cups. I mean, for God's sake, this is like everything you could want and more. This is the quintessential, like, happily ever after card. So whatever it is that you are wanting, whatever your picket fence looks like, your beautiful house with the picket fence looks like, in terms of whether it's a business thing, a love thing, a home thing, this is it. This is it. This is literally like the ultimate end game for you. Okay, so if you guys are in any which way doubting that you need to be a healer, hello, it's Jose. Okay, you guys need to step forward into this, because what it's going to bring you is going to be absolutely outstanding. Absolutely, absolutely outstanding. Okay, so good luck with that, guys. I hope that this has helped you. And I'll have some more readings coming out this week. So I look forward to connecting with you really, really soon, and enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Have a beautiful Sunday, and really thank you for joining me. Big loves to all of you.